you try to eat in this Pokemon world. I choose you, the greatest podcast of them all. I choose you.
Hello, and welcome to I Choose You, the podcast about cooking and eating Pokemon. My name is Jeremy Zielik. I'm the host and Alton Brown of the group, and joining me this week, as always, is...
your friend on this show, Ben Montoya.
Ian Davis, the George Trudeau of the show.
And everyone's favorite cow, Evan Aubrey. Moo.
Okay, well, we have to do this again. For the listeners at home... Okay, look, Squadcast wasn't working, so we moved to our old friend Zoom.
Moo. Squadcast, moo.
Yeah, and apparently there's a V-tubing option on Zoom now, which I didn't realize. And Evan was like, when we were getting ready, Evan's like, hold on. And then he went through a bunch of personas, landed on the cow, and now he's dairy rich.
Yeah.
It's a cow with a hoodie, which
Yes.
I actually think is great. It kind of looks like if Evan was a cow.
Yeah, it's like if cows got into tech.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got like a Mark Zuckerberg vibe to it.
Cows take San Francisco.
Yeah, it does have like a weird comb over too, like its hair.
I got it slicked back.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that.
Also, your background is like the Windows.
Yeah.
Fuck. Yeah, you're so right.
Man.
It's like the Gateway Meadows or something back there.
It's like the cow takeover.
Yeah. It's like, you know how in Mario Kart World for the Nintendo Switch 2 coming out in 2 weeks, you can play as the cow in that game.
I am
shit.
the cow.
Yes.
Wow.
You can drive as a cow. So I think Evan's just previewing that event for us in the future. It's a little fucked up.
Okay, so we know that there's a video chat function, a button through the Switch 2. Can you impose avatar and VTuber filters on top of your video chat?
I don't
and really
think
complete the
vibe. I don't think you could be like Candy Kong VTuber on Nintendo Game Chat. So
oh my god, no! Evan's chewing is too much.
Yeah, Evan, how's your cud taste right now?
Oh, real good. Oh, so good. Can I chew my cud in Mario Kart?
Yeah. I mean, anyone can if you
The
really...
C button's the cud button.
Oh, God. Don't say that. This is a new form of mastication, if you will.
Yeah.
But no, you can play as a cow, and the cow can get a hamburger at a restaurant and eat it. Evan, you're normal again.
Hey.
Wow.
Just in
Switch
time
it.
for this.
Switch it back.
Switch it back. Okay.
Back to
Oh,
back.
I want to see the cow
Wow.
drink it.
Yeah, I do want to see the cow drink it.
Looks like it's just suckling from an imaginary teat or something.
Yes. I mean, as cows are wont to do. They're famous
That's
for doing that.
amazing. It's great too because there's a big glass of milk getting poured right by the side of you.
Now, Evan, I do want to say about your background, that is probably the least efficient way to pour a glass of milk. You're literally just spilling milk all over your field right now.
Oh yeah, we water the field. We water the grass and milk. Anyway.
Jeremy, sometimes it's not about efficiency. It's about extravagance. And letting everyone at the table know I can pour as much of this as I want.
So Ian sits down and he's like, time for breakfast. And you eat your cereal dry, but you have a nice tall glass next to you. And you just start pouring. And it just starts overflowing. And it's just like the waters have been deluged from heaven down to earth. And Evan as a cow is sitting beneath your chair and is lapping it up as it's falling off the table.
That's the only way I can mentally ramp myself up to go to work.
Yeah.
Right. Oh man, I'm so glad that you found your fursona, Evan.
Yeah. No, we were having I was having like a midlife crisis before the show started, and I think this is it. I'm gonna quit my job and just become a cow.
Yes.
On a field.
I mean, look, you could become you can become a furry at any point in your life. I think me and Ian experienced this together when we were in Denver, K9 unit. You remember? And there were young children to old people, senior citizens at the fur convention in Denver that we were there. So, at any moment, Evan.
I guess so.
Yeah.
It's only a matter of time.
It's for children 1 to 92.
Yes.
Here's the thing that I
Santa Claus.
Here's the thing that I hadn't thought about until now, but for as kind of like wild of a scene as the furry convention is, I'm sure the VTuber convention is even worse. Like,
Oh yeah.
how does that even? Is it like holograms? Do people wear masks? Do people wear suits that are like physical representations of their VTuber persona? Like, how does that work?
Ian, you have a theory?
I can be vulnerable here.
Okay.
I don't know what VTubing is.
Oh, fuck.
It is.
Well, can you imagine Evan, but if he was a cow
Yeah.
with a hoodie?
Yeah. Streaming.
Somehow
Real
I can't
good,
picture that.
visual aid
Yes.
right here.
Yeah, now he's like streaming video games is basically the long and short of it.
But looking like that.
yes.
Yes.
So what's happening right now? Like I'm participating in it. I didn't even know what it was.
Yeah. You
Welcome
didn't
to
even,
my
you didn't even
reality.
realize. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. So it's kind
We're
of
already
like,
living in a VTuber world.
Yes.
could I stream myself playing and it's like I'm like the VTuber Buckethead?
Yes.
Yeah, pretty
There's
much.
a lot of VTuber bucket heads, basically.
Yeah.
Well, in a certain sense, if you're a VTuber, you're a bucket head. You're bucket head coded.
Yeah. That's just how it goes.
The more you know.
The more you know.
But what are
Yeah.
we doing here, Jeremy?
Yeah, well, I was gonna do some bits, but that came up.
Lay it
well,
on me. Lay it
Yeah,
on me.
LaCroix boys, what are we drinking?
I cracked open an Olipop. I got the root beer
Olipop.
flavor. Yeah.
I don't know what that is.
Hell yeah.
It's the probiotic.
Oh, yeah.
Delicious.
Ben, what do you got for us?
Got a Ex Novo Mexican lager,
Excellent.
Good one.
which I enjoy.
I have the Bosque Brewing Scotch Ale, which I like a lot. It's probably my favorite beer of theirs. Not to toot their horn too much, but
Shout out Bosque Brewing.
yes, it's very, very good.
Wait, Ian, do you match your background? Oh, is that lime?
Or
There it is.
Or is it naturally essenced?
It's the Funky Kong background is back.
I have to keep my the namesake of this segment alive somehow.
It's
Yes.
true.
Yeah.
I did have some LaCroix in the fridge, so I definitely could have brought some out, but I had this singular beer left and I need to clear stuff out. You know, we're going on a trip this weekend, Ian, so
Jeremy can't record without having a little bit of alcohol in the system. He's like, I can't do my work. I can't flow
keep it
without
loose.
look, I've plenty of times I've just had a nice tea or a nice LaCroix with me, but sometimes it's it's Monday. I maybe got a case of the Mondays.
You gotta crack one open with the boys, the LaCroix
Yes,
boys.
the LaCroix boys. That's all I'm saying.
Wow,
Fuck.
deal with it. Well, before we do get into the main meat of the show, I actually have some stuff that I gotta get off my chest.
Yeah.
Because on Sunday I was the most embarrassed I've ever been in
shit.
2 incidences, one involving food and the other involving Pokemon. So
Okay.
Oh, no.
I needed to bring it to the
The council.
council. Ian
Yeah.
already knows what this is about.
Uh-oh.
Fucking smug bastard.
Lay it on us.
So, the scene is Sunday afternoon, lunchtime. Going to go see my friend, one Ian Davis, Michael Woods, and his wife, Kateri. Good group of people, right? People I trusted
Oh,
to,
no.
Oh, trusted.
to tell
Past
me
tense.
what was good and what was bad, what was right and what was wrong.
Yeah.
Okay, people that I put my whole faith into, that I take a bullet for, and we're like, where should we go to lunch? Blah blah blah. All these places. There's a lot of great options in Albuquerque. End up at a place called Coda Bakery.
All right.
Not ringing any bells so far. I can see.
Yeah?
Nope.
I don't know if I've eaten there.
Interesting.
Pathetic.
Interesting. Because I show up. Ian's there. I'm like, wow, I've never been here. This looks great. Ian says, you've never been. You've never been here before. And you claim to live in Albuquerque, New Mexico. And
Okay.
you've never been
Wow.
here.
Oh, wow, okay.
I was taken aback. I didn't realize this was so sacred. So what's the word?
Sacred is good enough. I don't know. What are you trying to say?
I don't know what I'm trying to express. The look I received was despicable, to say the least.
Yeah.
I don't know what the big deal is. Now you've eaten there. Now you can say you've been.
Michael Woods shows up, and Kateri. They also realized that I hadn't eaten here ever before, and said, "What are you talking about?" Apparently, this is like the best Vietnamese place in Albuquerque, and no one bothered to ever invite me or tell me about it. And I said in the moment I was feeling gatekept. Like
One moment
people
we were
had
at a
lied
bakery.
to me.
One moment we were at a bakery, and now we're at a Vietnamese place.
It's a Vietnamese bakery.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, I actually have been here before.
Yeah.
I forgot what it was
3 for 3.
called. I'm sorry. As soon as you said it was Vietnamese, I was like, oh, that rings a bell. and then it connected the dots in my mind. And then I looked it up and I was like, oh yeah, I've eaten here before.
It'd be like, it's the equivalent of like, oh yeah, let's go to Frontier. You haven't been to Frontier before? Like,
That is fucking crazy.
I put them on the same. You'd have to be a fucking idiot to not know what Coda Baker. You'd have to have an IQ of 10 to not know what Coda Bakery is.
And I
It's
get
like-
a pass because I don't live there anymore.
Yes, you do. Is it like
Slash
the
never
antique?
lived in Albuquerque.
Yes.
Exactly.
I, for one, lived in Albuquerque for 4 years with these motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Have you been to the pit?
That's where they play
Are you
basketball.
asking me? Yeah.
Yeah.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Yeah.
But you haven't been to Coda Bakery.
Yeah, and did you have a nice
Jesus fucking Christ.
like banh mi sandwich?
Oh my god, I had an excellent sandwich, an excellent spring roll with pork, an excellent fried tofu with sauce, and fried sesame ball. It was all delicious. It was all incredible. My point being, though, how can I trust anyone anymore? How can I go this far in life with people never... I feel like it was like intentionally shielded away from me for all these years, and then it's my fault for never fucking going to the place that is apparently a staple of Ian's fucking diet. His whole world revolves around fucking Coda Bakery apparently now.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ!
Have you ever been to Talon Market?
Yes.
It for its entire fucking existence until like a few months ago, it was across the parking lot. That's where they get all their ingredients from.
Never been.
They
Don't know
just
what to
go
tell you,
right
bud.
across the street.
Yeah.
Wow.
It was right there, right under your.
So, on to the second story that happened at this very room that was the second most embarrassing moment of my life. I was wearing the famous I Choose You Poke Burger t-shirt, much like what Ian Davis is wearing.
Represent.
And that you
Yeah.
can find on ichooseyou.menu.store.
ichooseyou.menu.
One of the people checking us out was like, oh man, is that like a Pokeball? And I was like, yeah, it's a Pokeball like burger. And he's like, oh man, yeah, I fuck with it. Blah, blah, blah. He's like really vibing with the shirt. And then he was like, what's your favorite Pokemon? And I'm like, don't ask me these questions. I hate what's your favorite blank question because my mind is just like, I've never heard of a Pokemon in my life, right? Whenever anyone asks me that. And so I'm like stalling. I'm like, oh, well, I've been playing like the Pokemon card game like on my phone, and like I just got like a Raichu. That was pretty sick. And he was like, oh man, Raichu? Shit.
Lame, Ben. Lame choice.
And this was a younger person, mind you. So it felt extra excruciating to hear them say that my choice of Pokemon in a time of desperation was not good enough for them. So
Yeah.
Was this at Coda?
this was at Coda.
Wow, you played it off. I didn't know that happened.
Wow.
Hey, when you get to be like me, you face embarrassment all the time. It's just you just
Doesn't
have
faze
to.
you.
It doesn't phase me anymore. But I had to bring it up here because that was just too much.
Too much for one day.
Yes.
Too
I
much
thought
for
you were
one day
gonna-
in one location.
I thought you were going to say that like your lunch was fully like pigs in a blanket. It was just pigs in a blanket, and it was so
Ben
embarrassing.
Ben is the pig in this blanket.
Yes.
By the time I sat down to eat my goodies, my Coda Bakery goodies, shout out to Coda Bakery, I was a pig in a blanket, wrapped in a pillowy dough, fully enveloped. You could not see hide or, what is it? Hide or tail? That's the phrase. You couldn't see high or tail of me.
How many times have
So-
you been there since?
That was 2 days ago. I haven't been since, unfortunately.
Ian's like, what? You don't go there every day?
It was actually yesterday.
Whoa.
It was yesterday, but
Oh,
I
shit.
yeah.
How
I'm
many times
transporting
have
my
you been
brain
there
to the
since
future when
yesterday?
this episode premieres.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Yes.
That is professional podcasting right there. That is.
When your mind never leaves the production schedule, you never have to get back on the production schedule.
Yeah.
Ladies
That's
and
what they
gents,
don't
Ben
tell
is
you.
open for work.
Yes.
Hit him up.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
I mean, now that's what I call podcasting.
that's to say.
Yeah. Let's see. Anything else you want to do for some sick banter? It's 2 weeks until the
We're
Nintendo
holding our
Switch
audience
2.
hostage, Jeremy. They're just waiting to hear what we do here.
2 weeks till the Nintendo Switch 2. That's all. I woke up this morning, or wait, maybe it was yesterday. I don't know. Recently, and I was like, oh shit, I'm gonna play the new Mario Kart in 2 weeks. That's exciting. Come on, Ben. You can't admit it's not exciting.
Are you able to
I
track
never
your
wake up and
package?
think I'm gonna do anything in 2 weeks. That's fucking crazy.
What are you talking? I woke up recently and I was like, oh shit, me and Ian's raft trip is happening this weekend. I was very excited about that.
Jeremy, if you die on the rafting trip, can I have the Switch too?
Yes,
Oh.
I'll drop a will just in case.
Make him write up a contract on like a napkin on
Yes.
the way up.
Ian gets my Switch 2. Ben gets the Switch 2 games though, so you have to share.
Oh.
So you have to share.
I'll spend the $90, whatever.
Yeah.
For the digital downloads.
Yes. Hey, but I'm always excited for what the future has to bring. I'm an optimistic, sunny person like that. I woke up this morning as well, and I was like, oh shit, I'm going to California in a month. That's exciting. So, I'm excited about all these things. And you know what? I woke up this morning. I was like, I'm just excited to record I Choose You. Each week on the show, we randomly select a new Pokemon to cook and eat. Then we come up with the best recipes that we share amongst ourselves, and then we vote on who has the best recipe. And then we, we vote, and then we, there's a winner, and there's a parade, ticker tape parade. Maybe some sort of fireworks display for who has the best recipe for the randomly selected Pokemon. This week's Pokemon is Shroodle, the shrew Pokemon, the toxic mouse Pokemon. And I remembered once again to actually put the poll up in the Discord. I put it up in the Discord. It was between me and Ben. And out of, I believe, 10 votes, I won with 67% of the vote.
Close.
Not 69.
Oh, I'm sorry. Excuse me. Out of 6 votes, I won with 67%. Not 10. Not that many people voted. So, but it's okay. All right.
It's okay for you.
Shrewd. But since Ben, I'm going to be very magnanimous. Second place. Why don't you go first for this week's
What?
recipe
You're
round?
just handing it off?
Yes.
Pity handoff.
Yet another embarrassing moment of my life. So, let's see. I mean, the good thing about this Pokemon is that its name is very applicable to a lot of different food items. I was
Well,
having
there's-
lots of ideas.
Well, there's one I thought of, and I want to see how many people do it tonight. So, Ben, what's your
Do it.
recipe? Do it.
I was also thinking about its toxicity, its poison, and I was kind of wondering if I could harness that power in like the opposite direction.
Unlimited power.
So it's like an antidote instead of a poison.
Oh.
And what other soup would you ever consider to be an antidote to your soulful
Some-
bad things? I don't know.
is it-
Negative energy.
Is it chicken Shroodle soup?
It's some chicken Shroodle soup, but
And
specifically, it's
Oh, yeah, so.
Is it
For
for
the
our
soul.
soul?
It's going to be for your soul, but it's specifically Khao Piak Sen, which is a Thai chicken noodle soup.
Interesting. Now, I do want to say, before we get into this recipe, you brought up the fact that you're using it as like an anti-venom. And I just want to say, a couple of weeks ago, I read this article on NPR about this guy whose job in life is for venomous snakes to bite him, and then they use his blood to develop an anti-venom. And I thought
he's the World War Z guy. Where
yeah,
it's just
basically
like the one antidote for all humankind.
I mean, basically, and
it's like Last of Us. But
yes, but good.
But if they made him if they made Ellie live and just constantly get bitten by different types of
mushrooms. Yeah, so but the thing that stuck in my mind about this article is that it begins, and he's like, ever since I was a kid, I always wanted to be bitten by venomous snakes. And I was like, that's what you wanted to do with your life?
Life's goal.
Look, I'm not that person, but I'm glad somebody is now, because they can develop more powerful anti-venoms because of it. And it's just, this is the second time this week this has been brought up, because like people keep talking about anti-venoms around me, and hey, that's the thing that keeps happening to me. Frequency illusion. Everyone's talking about anti-venom.
Yeah, I think this is a frequency illusion phenomenon. So yeah, but I do think that this soup has the potential to calm your soulful ills. And the soup that I found was specifically from Thailand because the origin section of Shroodle said that it might be based off of an eye of some sort, which lives in Southeastern Asia.
Yes, and the evolution of Shroodle is Graphii. So that's the kind of vibe that it's going for.
Yeah, and so this Khao Piak Sen soup is, quote, a dish loaded with slippery noodles, or schlippery noodles, if you will. Layers of aromatics and an abundance of fresh and fragrant toppings. So I'm kind of imagining like it is like a very like stock based chicken noodle soup, but you get to throw a lot of stuff in there, like fresh things on top too, which I feel like adds to your soulfulness, antidote, healing qualities of the soup. So to make the recipe, you basically need just like a bunch of garlic and shallots, and then for the broth you use your Shroodle meat, which I imagine tastes mostly like chicken, which is why we can use it in this recipe.
Sure.
Along with that, you're gonna have onion, ginger, garlic and shallot oil that you'll get through cooking down your garlic and shallots from before, lemongrass, cilantro, lime leaves, salt, soy sauce, fish sauce, and sugar. And then the noodles are going to be like rice noodles, and then you're going to use also like tapioca flour to like mix them all together, and that's what makes them like very slippery, apparently. And then cook down, get your soup broth going, add your slippery noodles, and then you're gonna add in some once that's all ready and like good to go to serve, the toppings that you'll add optionally depending on your preference are more scallions, 2 bird's eye chilies, which I'm not very familiar with, but they sound like they could be very spicy. And the kind that you don't actually like eat, but just like eat around because they're because they're hot.
Too hot.
It says you could include sprigs of morning glory, which I've never seen in a soup, but sounds interesting. Lime, more fried garlic and shallots that we cooked from earlier, and then cilantro seeds.
Nice.
I mean, leaves, not seeds.
Excellent. I mean, that does, it sounds like you're going to fucking heal my soul. Ian.
Yeah.
Not a question about your recipe, but perhaps a metaphysics question for you.
Uh-oh.
Metaphysics.
Inspired by, I was considering like Shroodle soup for the shoal.
Yes.
And then I was kind of reviewing in my mind the discussions we had about do Pokemon have shoals,
Right.
and I started thinking about like when the Pokemon die, where did the shoals go? And then I started contemplating the like less spiritual realm, more physical realm. Like we have rock Pokemon, we have water Pokemon, we have all these Pokemon made out of everything. Do you think that like Pokemon are neither created nor destroyed, but like
they always exist, and
Turn
they
into
just
a different form.
Well, yeah, it's like reincarnation.
not
It's
even
like the
that?
third law of Poke dynamics or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, you know, their body breaks down and like they're
Reused to build something else.
they like decompose and the Bellsprout grows out of the body, but then like the water goes off into the sky and like creates the Squirtle. I don't know.
Well, see, here's the problem: is we know that there is a god in the Pokemon universe. But does he impart part of his divine being into every Pokemon? Are they born? Are they born with a soul? Is that soul incarnate, or is it like a Catholic experience? Do they have like original sin? Is it like a Protestant
Do Pokemon have
experience?
original sin?
Where like there's the select that have already been chosen into Arceus's being, and they're already living, and they have to live to the right doctrine to remain a part of the select. But you know, all the other Pokemon are going to hell. That's, you know, the kind of like a Calvinist version of the Pokemon world. I don't know. It's tough to see. It's tough to say. But there is a god, which, you know. But is he an uncaring god? Arceus doesn't. Arceus seems pretty like out of mind, out of sight, out of mind with the Pokemon generally.
Jeremy,
Yes.
if you had a Pokemon,
If I had a Pokemon, okay, I've got my Charmander. I've got my Wobbuffet.
Yep. would you wait till its adulthood to blastize it? Or do you do it when it's young?
Instead of dunking it in a bath, you just have a Blastoise.
You know,
Just
that is it's
can't
an
water cannon it.
Yeah, it's an interesting question. First of all, who blesses the Blastoise?
Who blesses the Blastoise?
Maybe they get
Pope
anointed
Leo.
like Pope.
Yes.
Yeah.
Pope Leo. Pope Leo.
Poplio, yeah! Let's go!
Someone Photoshop a
Yes!
Pope hat on top of that guy.
Yes.
Catholic Pokemon win.
And I guess that, you know, the eternal question is obviously in some Catholic dogma the soul of the person cannot go to heaven until it has been baptized. You know, the unbaptized will go to
Blaptized.
Blastized.
Blastized, sorry.
Flavor blastized. Will go to limbo. You know, that's where all the unbaptized souls head to after their death. But, you know, some might consider it a moral consideration that one chooses their own religion, and thus confirmation before consent
Jeremy.
is immoral.
Jeremy, I'm going to stop you right there. Cut the shit. I asked you what you would do with your Pokemon son.
Well, I would blast them, if that's what you're asking me.
So
blast 'em.
when do you blast them?
As soon as they're fucking born, man, they come
Straight
out
out
of
the
the womb,
egg.
straight out of the egg. Like that yolk's still on them, but they need to be blasted.
Blasted clean.
Blastized.
Yeah, blasted clean.
My mom's side of the family was Blastus. That's, oh man, it is really true though, that the metaphysics of it all. Like I think we've talked before about like microorganism Pokemon too. Like those have to exist in the form of life in the Pokemon world.
Yeah.
And I want to hope that there is like a balance to the world, but Jeremy's right. The rules of that world are actually very different from ours empirically because it is created by something.
There are Pokemon. Well, first of all, that's how it's different.
No.
Yes, but I mean from like a if you want to like take a philosophical approach, like you're correct. Everything is created by Arceus, supposedly.
Well, did Arceus make people? Or just Pokemon?
I don't know.
Good question.
Wouldn't that be
people
wild if
come
you found out, like, there's no god that created us, but there is a god that made the freaky
That
little
thing.
animals running around?
Yeah.
Yes.
Every other living thing except for humans.
Except for humans.
We were the mistake.
Interesting. But did humans create Arceus? Are we getting like, you know, Nietzsche on this, where God is only an imagination of the human perception, and thus we created the God that creates the Pokemon, and then we're gods. We're better than God, in fact.
I mean, we can catch them. So.
Yeah.
And
We
we can
can
catch
catch
him.
'em.
We have the technology.
Well, yes, objectively, humans are better than God because you can stuff God in a ball and own him.
And make them
You-
fight
Yes.
his creation.
Damn.
And I mean, you know, like how there's religious disputes in real life, and I don't want to get into it because that might cause an incident. But you can resolve those religious disputes in Pokemon by just having gods fight each other. I mean, like that was the whole like Team Aqua, Team Magma thing. Groudon v Kyogre, they could just fight each other. Now, based
The
on their
famous court
typing,
case.
yeah, Groudon v Kyogre. And now, the problem is that because of their typing, obviously Kyogre would more likely win that battle than not. But I think it's easy to say that if we could make the gods fight and then win and then prove which religion is better, that would be great.
I do really want now for Pokemon to do like an Ace Attorney type style game, but it's Pokemon cases like Kyogre v Groudon.
The 9
Would it-
Pokemon of the Supreme Court.
Yes. Would the Pokemon be like the plaintiffs and the defendants, or would it be humans and like the judges are Pokemon, or the judges people and the Pokemon are the people being judged?
I think it's. I mean,
Yes.
like you are judged by like a jury of your peers.
So when the Pokemon does the crime,
Yeah, it's a bunch of like
Pokemon.
Spheels in a jury box, and they're like, Spheels.
guilty.
Yes, guilty. Sentenced to death.
I'm just imagining like on the stand, like Mr. Mime, yet again, giving the performance of his life.
Yet again.
Man, I'd be down for like a Rotom guillotine.
All right.
Mr. Mime is the man who committed this crime in the room. Mr.
Yes.
Mime.
Yeah. And look, can they use their powers on the stand?
That seems like that would be illegal, but
Yeah, I can't go up
That's-
into court and then shoot somebody and be like,
Yeah.
Your Honor, he's dead.
What's the Gardevoir that has pants?
Gallade.
Gallade.
Yeah.
Gallade would be an attorney for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Someone cook us up a Law and Order special Pokemon unit kind of situation. And it's
I mean,
like,
Pokemon, while you're making Ace Attorney Pokemon games, might as well make Pokemon themed freaking like law procedural
yeah.
show.
Why don't we
I'd
have
watch
Pokemon
that.
like fucking just
CSI,
like every basic
Law and
cable
Order.
thing is Pokemon. Pokemon
Yeah.
lawyer
Law
show.
And Order, the Law and Order Sword and Shield.
Yes, Law and Order Sword and Shield. ER, but it's Pokemon. Grey's Anatomy, but they're Pokemon.
I would love that. Would be the perfect. Remember when the movies used to have like the cold open and it was like no dialogue, just Pokemon doing shit.
Pikachu's vacation.
Yeah, but like Pikachu's in a little suit and trying to put Charizard to death.
Charizard is a serial killer.
Bum.
Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah.
If the fingerless glove does not fit,
Yes, you
must
must have quit.
They're part of
right.
an elite squad known as
Yeah.
These
Ash-
are their stories.
Ash drove a white Rapidash down the highway
Oh, man.
in a low-speed pursuit. Anyway, television, get back to us. I know there's already multiple Pokemon TV shows, but none of them are like basic cable procedurals that would
Yeah,
be
none of
funny
them
with
are, like-
Pokemon.
9 p.m. primetime cable ready.
Yes.
I like your
Uh,
recipe, Ben.
Yeah,
Yes.
that sounds good.
Thank you.
Excellent.
Thank you.
Ian, what is your recipe this week?
I too had my mind swirling with ideas based on its name, and I found a British treat, a biscuit or a cookie, and it's called a Shroodle.
It's called a Shroodle?
Excuse me. Let me double check my facts here. Shrewsbury.
Okay.
Oh yes, I saw this.
Yes.
That's British as fuck.
Yeah.
Shrewsbury biscuits.
The Shrewsburies taste like Shrewsburies.
It's a little lemony. It's got some, I believe, some cardamom, and it's got mace, which is a part of the nutmeg plant.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Is that also what gets turned into the spray that is toxic?
I believe it is.
Unclear.
I believe it is. It's just like at high quantities and in your eyes, it hurts a lot.
Interesting.
Interesting.
It's like pepper.
Oh,
Pepper
you're
spray.
so right. Pepper spray.
I mean, it is like pepper spray
Maybe
is
with that
just
nutmeg
like
spray.
the same thing as black pepper, but it's really highly concentrated and it gets in your eyes and it hurts.
Can't argue with that.
Yeah, I'm sorry, everybody. Okay, continue.
Butter, castor sugar, egg yolks.
What is castor sugar?
Don't ask me that.
Okay. Okay.
There's no hyperlink. I cannot.
Can't get to Wikipedia fast enough.
Plain flour, zest of a lemon, and then the aforementioned spices. Okay. Preheat the oven. Mix the wets. Mix
Dry
the
the
dries.
dries.
Wet the wets. Dry the dries, etc. You know, a tale as old as time. Whip that shit up. Dollop it out. It's a cookie. I don't know what you guys want. It's a cookie.
It's a biscuit.
Sorry, Evan. I forgot. Whose
Evan.
recipe is this? I was wondering if
Not
we could have a
mine.
third party clarify.
Oh, okay. I thought
I
you were
see.
doing that thing because I confused your names. You were calling me Evan.
I would
to get
never
back at me.
disrespect you like that.
Your Honor, the recipe belongs to Ian Davis.
Thank you.
I'll allow it.
Rotom electric chair. Here we go.
If it pleases the court.
Your Honor.
Shroodle lethal injection.
Yeah.
Lethal injection.
Snoot right up your boot.
Oh, wow.
That is far less humane than it should be.
In Jeremy's world, lethal injection, you get boofed.
Oh my god. Oh no.
Shit. I was picturing, you might be wondering, like, how does the Shroodle get mixed into the cookie?
I was one.
Another less meta, more physical pondering. Mm-hmm. It's got nipples, right? You can milk this thing,
Yeah, it is. It is a mammal.
right?
I think you're pushing it a little far only because this creature only seems to have a head and tiny feet coming out of it.
Can we see underneath it?
No.
Well, it's all nipples.
Can you see underneath it?
I mean, now that I look at it, it kind of just looks like a giant nipple now. Now that you're saying
It's
it,
more nipple than being. Well,
than the rest of it.
I will say, like, it does. When I clicked on the shrew links on the Bulbapedia page, I was like, yeah, that's pretty good. Like the Pyrenean Desmon. I was like, yeah, they got a pretty good vibe going on.
So
Especially when it has the picture of its snout.
smoke the schnipples. Whip that into the butter.
No.
No.
You got some Shroodle, Shrewsbury biscuits.
Spishkitch. Okay.
Delicious.
Great.
Tea with those biscuits?
Oh, Earl Grey, hot.
Hot. Ian, I thought your recipe this week would perhaps be in reference to the band Styx, because Shroodle is designed by like the graffiti of Kilroy was here, and obviously that's their hit album with Mr. Roboto on it. And I know you're a big Styx fan. You went to their concert in middle school.
I do like shticks. I love a shtick. My other... Is anyone else doing cookies? I don't want to...
No.
Okay, I also was thinking about a Schnicker Shroodle, but
Schnicker Shroodle.
That's pretty
That's
good.
pretty good.
I didn't know who who to be this week, so I instead decided to be Shrewsbury, and that's why I'm George Trudeau, the author of Doonesbury.
Bringing it full circle.
Yes! Doonesbury mentioned again.
I was looking at the Doonesbury Wikipedia. He wrote a musical. There's a Broadway musical about Doonesbury.
Oh, we got to see it.
I bet it's really fucking boring.
Actually, Jeremy, you'll note that the pre-1983 comics, they're perpetually in college, but the musical sees them graduate.
Oh, shit. I like that you're like, God, 1983. Up until that point, they're in college. I was like, that's still 42 years ago. That's fucked up. And he's still doing it. Well, God bless you, Gary Trudeau, and everything you've done, making a boring comic I don't read.
I know what you're getting for Christmas.
Oh, the complete Doonesbury. All
Collected
50
works of
years.
Doonesbury.
Yeah. Move over Garfield books.
Yes.
You're going to get a Doonesbury book.
God damn it.
All right, Evan, what do you got for us?
Chop shrewy.
Nice.
Nice.
How do you make it, you might ask? A little bit of shortening, a little bit of shrew meat, a little bit of onion, celery, some hot water, salt, pepper, bean sprouts, cold water, hot water and cold water, cornstarch, soy sauce, white sugar. So you're going to get your Shroodle meat and kind of just fry that up and get it all nice and golden with your celery and whatnot. And then you're going to add in the bean sprouts. And then for the little sauce we're going to put together, it's the cold water, cornstarch, soy sauce, and sugar. And then you just kind of mix that all together until it gets a little thick. And then you're going to put that on some rice. And then it's recommended to put a little bit of chow mein noodles on top and some extra soy sauce just for a little more saltiness.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Yes. Would you be singing System of a Down while you're cooking it?
Yes.
There you go. Is it kind of sour based on Shroodle's toxic type?
A little bit. Like that the classic Chinese like sweet and sour kind of flavor. Maybe we can do some of that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. You know what's funny is that just basically from the first episode we decided poison type that tastes like sour, and there's no reason to think that, but that's what we've decided as a community.
I don't know if that's true.
Did we
Okay.
roll the tape?
Okay, episode 2. Let's go.
I feel like the poison type flavor profiles that have come up before have been like alcohol or like bitter, I guess.
Right.
I don't know if I would immediately go sour.
Because I thought electric went sour.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah,
that's true.
That way. So
Yeah.
I don't know. Our fans keep us honest, but
So,
all right, Ian, how much did this Doonesbury comic sell for?
oh wait, this is a Garfield Doonesbury crossover?
I don't think it's an official one.
Oh boy.
It's a parody strip that they believe may have appeared in an issue of Cracked or another satire magazine.
I can't read all of this right now. There's so many goddamn words.
It ended very recently. We could have owned this.
What, cracked? Well, Ben, the last line is how about gay rights? So
Only $200.
Wow. We'll have to wait for it to come back up. I'm confused.
Yeah.
Same. Anyway, that's
yeah,
my
you
recipe.
get to see Garfield taking a shit in this comic, so there's that.
I tried my best to
awesome.
find surely, like, they started around the same time. You would have thought their paths would have intersected.
Or
but-
maybe they're like like bitter
Arch
rivals.
enemies?
Yeah.
Yes. Friends to lovers.
Dunesfield, Garfbury.
Yeah.
Maybe like they're like, why does Odie's getting a little heavy? Like, who's feeding him? And then they find out that like he keeps going over to the Doonesbury house and getting
Doonesbury is their
Yes.
neighbor.
Yeah.
And then they live right down the street from the Peanuts kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and all of the comic books all live together
On the
in
same street.
I mean, I wouldn't put it past them.
Dennis the Menace.
Yeah, Dennis the Menace.
When are they going to bring us the newspaper
Blondie.
cinematic universe?
Fuck
Get us
yeah.
get us a Snoopy movie. Get us a Woodstock movie. Charlie Brown.
They've got
Okay,
plenty of
these are all just
Garfield.
peanuts.
Get them their own movies, okay? And then
is
they come
Garfield
together and it's the
pre-canon,
Peanuts.
Yeah, do they have to reboot it, Garfield
No,
to
I
like
will
enter
s-
into the canon?
Yes, I will say there are 4 feature-length Peanuts movies already that are extant. So I don't think it's much of a stretch to say that we.
Wait, they're not live action though.
No, they're animated. So you want live action? You want some fucking little kid to like
Yes.
have his kite eaten? You want this
No,
to be
no.
a realistic looking tree that eats his kite and then growls at him?
I want The Rock to
To
play
play-
Charlie Brown.
Okay, not Chris Pratt.
No, I think it's important that bald people play bald characters.
Oh, sure.
Okay.
Representation
What about
matters.
Vin
Yeah.
Diesel?
Vin Diesel would be a runner-up.
Okay, so Vin Diesel is Charlie Brown. Lucy is like Scarlett Johansson.
Yep. Snoopy is Paul Rudd in a dog costume.
Yeah, there you go.
Nice.
Excellent. I think, you know what? Fucking call us, whoever owns the Peanuts license.
Woodstock is Seth Rogen.
Yeah.
He's just blasted the whole time.
And instead of that's his laugh, that's the sound that Woodstock makes when he flies.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Can we fit like Tim Robinson in there in any way?
Normal.
I would put Tim. I think Tim Robbins he's more of like a like Linus character.
Yeah.
Okay.
true.
He could do a good Linus.
I mean,
think.
he is a guy who wouldn't give up his blanket if in one of his sketches. So
It's doing something.
yes.
Oh, I'm gonna hit you with the worst possible option.
Okay.
Jeff Dunham plays Snoopy and Woodstock, and he just has puppets on his
Oh, no.
And they're racist.
and they're racist.
Oh no!
Unfortunately. but then when it's Joe Cool, it's Seth Rogen smoking a spliff.
Yeah.
Well, man, what about who's playing Spike? Snoopy's cousin that sits under a cactus.
I'm gonna go.
Matthew
My first
McConaughey.
instinct. No, my first instinct was Matthew Lillard for some reason.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
Scooby.
Shaggy?
Yeah.
Not Scooby. Why did I say Scooby?
Consider
Shaggy.
this Jack Black.
Oh. Okay.
In his, like, Nacho Libre character.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly. We did it.
All right,
We did it. We
Fucking did it.
dreamcasted the Peanuts live action reboot.
Nobody call us. Don't make it happen.
Into the peanut verse. Across the peanut verse.
Not the peanut verse.
Beyond the peanut verse. Okay,
Mixed nuts.
that's already a movie starring Steve Martin.
Okay.
Anyway, my recipe this week is we're going to take a little jolly trip to Scandinavia, where they have a variety of sweet treats for us to peruse at our own discretion. We are familiar with the classic sour candy of obviously Swedish Fish, which have they're gummy and they're sour, which is and Sour Patch Kids, which are the same thing kind of situation. But I wanted to do sour gummies in their own special manner, and I have two for you, and they complement each other. So 2 different sour gummies. First, we have sour gummy tongues, which are based off of the Shroodle tongue. If you look at him, he's got a nice, perfectly gummy tongue looking business sticking out of his snoot. Can you deny that, Ben?
You're going with he has a perfectly gummy tongue business out of his snoot is what you're going with.
Well, I'm saying it looks gummy, does it?
Yeah,
does it
Ian,
not?
Ian's raising the flag.
I'm throwing down the flag.
Uh-huh.
That's teeth.
What?
That's teeth?
Oh, that are sticking out of his
teeth.
Oh,
Those are buck teeth.
Those are buck teeth.
What?
Wow.
So
I would have called that a
that's
tongue.
Okay. Oof.
Wow.
Going around like,
Who's to
God,
say
now-
there could be a tongue behind those teeth?
Yes. Well,
Hopefully it does.
well, so forget about this recipe. We're moving to recipe 2.
Okay.
It just
Oh,
never
okay.
happened.
Wipe it from your brain. Men in Black.
Yeah.
Vanished.
Now we're actually moving now to Germany, where the fine Haribo company exists.
Gummy adjacent.
Yes, it is. It is also gummies, but it's Haribo, sour, spaghetti, and these are
I do like
sour
spaghetti.
Shroodle gummies, or sour noodle gummies, but they're spaghetti. So
Spaghetti.
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 Spaghetti. I like that on the bag, the Haribo bag. It says sour spaghetti. Like it gets rid of the the P and the A from spaghetti, and it says
Sour
spaghetti.
Yeah.
So I think that we can make that work. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna make like a classic gummy, and I think how we'll get the gelatin for our gummy is we'll boil the bones of the strudel. Why the fuck not? You could do that with anything and get some nice gelatin. So we're gonna get our gelatin. We're gonna make our candy with it, and then we're gonna get like one of the finest angel hair thin extruder that we can find, and we're gonna push our gummy through that, and it's gonna be kind of a violet to white gummy coloring to kind of match the coloring of the strudel as it's coming out. We're gonna get that out, and then we're gonna slam it with just this citric acid sour powder that we can imagine. It's gonna be fucking flavor blasted. And then actually this is what's gonna happen. You're at a restaurant. They bring you a bowl of your sour not sour yet, just your spaghetti in a bowl, and the waiter is like, sour, and you're like, sure, and it's like grating Parmesan onto your
There's a block
gummy
of
spaghetti.
citric acid.
Yes, there's a block of sour, and they grate it onto your spaghetti, and you're like, that's enough. Or if you're like me, you don't say anything, and they grate the whole block of cheese onto your pasta kind of situation. And then you mix it up, and you can either like eat it with a spoon, or if you want to show how cool you are, Joe Cool, you can take one end and just slurp the entire pasta with
it's connected.
one go. Yeah.
I was imagining more like Big League Chew, where I could just like grab some shreds.
Well, I mean, you can do that too. You can grab some shreds and like shove it into your mouth.
Shroods.
And that's my recipe.
Wow. Yeah, Ian.
Sauce?
Sauce? Let's see. That's interesting. Lemonade?
Lemonade.
Lemonade sauce, extra sour.
Yeah.
It's fucked.
Yeah.
Okay, wait. No, actual response to this though, chamoy. Like spicy chamoy like sauce. It's like sour. Mix it in with your sour spaghetti. I could imagine that actually being kind of good.
Wait, no comprendo. What is chamoy?
Chamoy, it's like a red, sticky, sour chili sauce.
Yeah. You can actually find it on gummies frequently in certain stores.
Yeah.
My kids make gushers with them. Sell them.
Oh,
they
yes.
make
Okay.
gushers. They get like a syringe and they're like, time to open it wide. And
Sorry, excuse me. They take gushers and they put it on there in a
Yeah.
package and they sell that.
Oh, okay.
They're selling the goods.
I'm
Yeah.
buying
Yeah,
them
you could.
'cause
Hey, I mean that shit's good.
Yeah.
and you could put it on your sour sketty and
Yeah.
have it be sour spicy sketty.
Nice.
Yeah, sour
Good call.
spicy sketty. Wouldn't fuck up your stomach any less. Like you're gonna be growling
Oh,
the next
no.
day.
It's gonna fuck up your stomach.
Yeah, but you're gonna
especially
be
if you're going for like the Olive Garden vibe of like you've got your pasta and you like your plate of sour sketty.
Yeah.
you've got your sauce that you put on it, and then you've got your sour stuff that you put on it. Like I think you could.
and you have like obviously breadsticks that are actually gummy breadsticks, and it turns out your entire dinner is gummy based.
I'm
They're
imagining
nerds rope breadsticks.
Yes, yes.
There you go. Yeah.
to slurp like an entire gummy noodle. That's probably like at least a couple of feet long.
Yep.
Yeah.
covered in the sour stuff,
And
your
Chavoy.
lips would be just fucked. Like doing
Bleeding
that
at the
in one
mouth
go.
while you're trying to eat it.
Well, you put on the wax lips that you get in candy, and boom, you're good to
Right.
go.
Yeah.
Gummy
Goes straight
lips.
into your stomach lining. It just
Yes.
doesn't even touch the lips.
Yes. It doesn't
much
even
to
touch. It doesn't even touch your tongue. You just want an upset tummy with none of the benefit.
Yeah, you got that. The skitty glizzy.
Skitty glizzy.
The sklizzy.
The sklizzy. We could put this in a hot dog bun if you want, Ian. Make a little bit of a skyline chili kind of vibe. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, sure.
All right, let's review our recipes. From Ben, we have chicken Shroodle soup for the soul. From Ian, we have shrewsberry biscuits. From Evan, we have trop shrewy. And from me, we have sour shrewscary. So everyone please vote on whom you think has the best recipe this week.
Jenny.
I'm. Yeah, I
Jimmy.
misspelled Jeremy's name. It's Jimmy now.
That's okay. There's a new barista at the coffee shop, and he keeps calling me Jerry.
Nice.
Nice.
Lean into that. Use
Yeah.
More of a
Next time he
Kramer
says that, I
message.
should bring out the like it just like starts as soon as he's calling me Jerry. Ben, who won?
Evan won.
Hey,
Oh!
screw it up.
Yeah.
I think it was the cow avatar, but
That's true.
Evan won with 2 votes. I got a vote, and he got a vote.
Evan, that persona fits you like a glove.
That's true. I'm never
Nice
taking it off.
Leather glove.
I really am kind of surprised that no one chose to make a strudel,
Oh, like a strudel?
like a strudel.
Too easy.
I mean, I kind of
They were
was
kind.
thinking that
It's
it was
interesting.
gonna
Like
get
there are
taken,
limitless
but
options with this one.
limitless options.
Yeah.
Oodles,
Yeah.
perhaps.
Oodles or
Oodles.
I mean, oodle is like what they say part of the pun is, you know?
Well, doodle was what I was wondering what the origin for that part of it was, but doodle makes sense
Yeah.
because it's like it draws
Yes.
on shit.
Yeah, and it's like graffiti stuff.
Yeah,
So, great.
but noodles, strudels, all the ones we did, obviously.
Obviously. All right.
There was a lot of options.
Oh, well, we had a fun time. And you can have a fun time, too, by sending in your recipes to ichoosepod@gmail.com. That's ichoosepod@gmail.com. But in the meantime, Evan, I want you to help us pick next week's Pokemon in the section I like to call Pick'emon. Could you give me a number between 906 and 1,000?
Yeah, let me just open up the cow version of ChatGPT really quick.
Cow GPT.
Cow PT.
951.
951. All right, this is a good one. Next week's Pokemon is Capsea Kid, the spicy Pokemon,
Nice.
Fuck yeah.
the spicy pepper Pokemon.
Fuck yeah.
So send in your Capsea Kid recipes to ichoosepod@gmail.com. In the meantime, let's enter the plugging round. Ben, where can we find you on the internet?
You can find me on Instagram at Ben C. Montoya, or you can find me at thefearandnow.tumblr.com. I also just want to point out that the cow avatar also has like Machamp hair or something.
Oh, I so do.
It has like fins on the top of its head.
Evan, can you turn completely around?
All right, I will now.
Oh,
No, the cow's head
not turn
starts.
around.
Hey, you can't ask a cow to turn its head around. Doesn't work out that way.
All right. Ben, did you say where you can find you, or you're just like,
Yeah.
Okay. Ian.
You can find me at Musician Davis on Instagram. I play bass.
Evan.
You can find me making movies at _Mesa Studio _.
Making
New one-
movies.
Movies, yeah. New one coming out soon.
Can we find you in a field?
This field behind me, perhaps. I missed a joke earlier where I could have done everything the milk touches is yours. Like,
Oh, fuck.
yeah.
All right. You can follow me on Blue Sky at Velocity Prime 1, Tumblr Velocity Prime No 1, and you can check out my writing at the-avocado.org. That's the-avocado.org. Make sure also to check out the Santa Fe Society and Foundation for Speculative Fiction. It's the greatest book club in New Mexico, some say in the world. That's the Santa Fe Society and Foundation for Speculative Fiction. Our new book is in Collected Works at Santa Fe. Go buy it. And that's been our show. Evan's trying to smile as a cow, and it's freaking Ben out.
I think I've mastered this thing.
You look so happy.
I bet your cheese is delicious.
Way to find out.
All right. Let me do the About the Show segment. This has been I Choose You, the podcast about cooking and eating Pokemon. You can find us on your favorite podcasting apps, including Apple Podcasts, YouTube Music, Spotify, or your podcast catcher of choice. If you like our show, make sure to give us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts and Spotify to help us go up the ranks. If you want more I Choose You goodness, check out our social media pages, I Choose Pod on Blue Sky, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, Threads, Tumblr, and Facebook. If you want to be a part of the I Choose You community, join the Discord. Links are available in the episode description. You can submit recipes, hang out with fellow Choosies, and participate in community events, all on the I Choose You Discord. Last but not least, head on over to our official website, ichooseyou.menu. ichooseyou.menu has a full episode archive and official merch store for you to peruse. Peruse. That's ichooseyou.menu. All right, I've been your host and Alton Brown of the group, Jeremy Zelick.
I've been your friend on this show, Ben Montoya.
Been your Gary Trudeau, Ian Davis.
And your cow, Evan Aubrey.
To all the choosies out there in Radioland, in a while, Totodile.
You gotta eat in this Pokemon